Son of the Oracle is my debut novel, due out this month. We are approaching the end of November 2010. And it's been an interesting experience, working through, first of all, writing the book, and then doing the finer details, refining it, editing, and doing the illustrations, and getting it to print, and all that good stuff. But Sound of the Oracle is based on the first 12 years of Jesus. And the approach I take is I place him in an African context. Now, the reason why I do this is really I'm thinking, or I thought to myself, Jesus is God's gift to the world. God sent him to die for the sins of the world. As a gift, he chose to send him through the children of Israel. But really, he could have chosen any people group to send him to. But he chose the children of Israel. Not that there's anything special about them. Well, there is now, because they are the ones through whom God sent his son. But really, he could have chosen any group. He could have chosen the Aborigine in Australia to send Jesus through them. He could have chosen the Hottentots in the desert of Namibia. He could have chosen the Indians in the jungles of Brazil. He could have chosen any group, but he chose the children of Israel. Now, why do I do that? What do I have an agenda for taking this approach? Well, in a sense, yes. See, the thing is, the way I thank God for missionaries, the fact that they brought faith to Africa, and because of that, I am a believer. But I think we need to address a few things. Typically, I would say the way we view Jesus is a blonde-haired, light-skinned, pale-skinned, if you wish, blue-eyed Caucasian. That's the image that we have, I would say, in Africa, and I'm speaking as an African. And that's fine, that's okay. My concern, though, is sometimes the way we perceive such an authoritative figure as Jesus really affects the way we perceive ourselves. It affects the way we think about ourselves. And I was concerned about this. And I thought, what if we owned Jesus? What if we thought of him as a gift to the world, as a gift to the Aborigines, as a gift to the Indians in the jungles of Brazil, as a gift to the people in India, anybody? So I wrote about him out of the context that we normally associate him with, and presented him, say, in an African context. And anybody can present him in whatever context, as long as we hold true to who he is. And so that's the approach I took, and related his account, his first 12 years, in that perspective. Now, one would ask, reading the book, you deal with a number of issues. You deal with death and dying, you deal with sex, you deal with violence. How do you reconcile these topics with your faith as a Christian? My answer to that would be, I am a writer who's a Christian. You know, being a Christian writer, and this actually was intimated to me in a certain forum, where they suggested, you know, if your book has gratuitous violence, gratuitous sex, then really we might not touch it. Well, I said, you know, I'm going to write what I see, what I sense. And so I write as a writer first, who is a Christian, a writer who's a Christian. And really, if you look at it honestly, in the Bible, there is violence. In the Bible, there is sex. In the Bible, there is death and dying. And it's not gratuitous, otherwise it wouldn't be in the Bible. But there's a reason for it. There is a context. It places things in perspective and gives them a context. And it's the same approach I've taken with the book. Where there's violence, why is it there? Why did it happen? Where there's a case of sexual assault, why is it there? Why did it happen? And you know, even in the Bible, that is there. I think about the most prominent case, the case of David's son assaulting his half-sister. It just shows the depravity of man. And it's in the Bible, and that's the approach I take. I look at it in context. So yes, I've dealt with these issues, I've dealt with these topics, but it's just to show that we live in a real world, a fallen world, there's sin in the world, there's death, there's destruction, there's depravity, there's disease, and there's dying. So that's the way I approach it. And that's how I address Son of the Oracle.